Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel. And if you're listening in the podcast, thank you so much for listening. It is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. I needed to come here and tell you about this story, a very sad story. So apparently a dentist and two of his staff were shot in their office this week. Let me just read to you. Actually, it didn't happen this week. It happened a week ago. I do apologize for not having the date. But this is the crazy thing about this story. The dentist actually died in this shooting. And it happened because a angry customer returned to the office and, you know, shot the dentist and two of the workers there. The workers survived the attack and but the dentist died. And this is crazy because um it's crazy because, I mean, when you look at things like this, you're like, oh my gosh, it tells you that we need more security in our medical offices, no matter how small they are, or people who, surveillance camera, or them to be aware. And also, there should be more, you should be more cautious when it comes to, patient, like satisfactory reviews and things like that. I think that your teeth, obviously, they're so important, and a lot of the times um, we get recommended so much treatment that perhaps another dentist doesn't see it that way. But a lot of this treatment, I must say, could be they can never be changed back. So it's not like you cut your hair and you didn't like the cut and you're like, I'm never going to the salon again. But you know your hair will grow again in a couple months. That's a different thing. Your teeth, when there's a bad diagnosis, we all know this in your teeth, and you do the work and it doesn't work, it causes a lot of the times permanent damage. I'm not saying there's so many alternatives right now when it comes to teeth, but it's crazy, and that's why there has to be some type of patient relation happening. And the reason that I'm saying this, because I'm going to talk to you about this story. And also, I was looking at some of the reviews of this company. And when you look at medical offices and you look at reviews, you, people are not holding back at all. They tell you exactly what it is. But the sad thing about this case, like I said, the dentist died, and two of his staff were actually wounded and they're in the hospital. It happened at the Smile Plus Dentistry in El Cajon, California. And it is crazy because very young dentist too, by the way. His name is Benjamin Harouni. Benjamin Harouni, and he just turned 28 in February. Graduated in 2018 for dentistry. Started working at this office, and just on their Instagram page for the company's called Smile Plus Dentistry in El Cajon. They're posting a photo of him with his cake celebrating his 28th birthday. Again, his name is Dr. Benjamin Harouni. And the reason that I needed to say stuff about that when in life, right, everything has a solution. It's just in the immediate, when we see things that happen when it comes to like a medical diagnosis and things like that, we think that there is no way out. I'm not saying specific medical diagnosis, but when it comes to like something like your teeth and things like that, there's also like other options. And also, don't forget, you can always get a second opinion. If you for some reason feel like the advice that you're given by a medical professional is not something that you like, because we all have access to the internet and we do our due diligence, right? I'm assuming so. So it's okay to say, to look around. I mean, a dentist that you didn't like, there's a million dentists out there. Go to a different office. It's almost like you want to say to people, man, if you don't like it there, there's other options. And I feel like this guy to take his anger about whatever happened to him in that office is just so crazy. And that tells you what society we're living in right now. That he was not happy with whatever happened there. We don't need to go in details. But I'm saying you know what it is to, what went through his mind? This is what he was thinking. Like he actually, they say that he recently bought a gun. And then he returns to the office, complete disregard, you know? And he did what he did. And now, you know, I cannot imagine the shock of the employees. And now we have this dentist that died, Benjamin. And, you know, the shock of the employees, the trauma that they have to live with. And I'm sure, because a lot of the times we create bigger problems than what they are in our head. Like I said, I do apologize if you hear any noise. So we create like bigger problems than what they are. Like I said, a lot of the times, a lot of these issues or problems that we believe in our head, they have a solution. And it's just a matter of going to a different office that you might like better. And if that one doesn't work, go to the next one, right? It's about you feeling comfortable. I do understand not a lot of people feel comfortable going to the dentist. And it could be kind of like a hard thing to do. So if you don't like how they talk to you and it begins at the reception, then don't even, go to the next one. It's just crazy that somebody has to do something like this because he didn't like it the way he was treated or whatever it was. Like I said, they're not releasing details. So it's so sad. It tells you, like I said, how society is right now. That's what I mean. You even have to be careful even driving. People are like, driving is crazy. They'll tailgate you. They don't care if you're driving down a dangerous road, meaning that you're in a cliff, like near the water. They will tailgate you into they run you over to be like, oh, I'm sorry, was I coming too fast? It's like there's no need to be tailgating somebody specifically in a road that it's dangerous because it's curvy, it has a lot of blind spots, things like that. But this is the society that we're living in right now. That's why you have to be so careful. Also, I understand that people that work in healthcare, they go through a lot of training. Always learn to, I'm not saying in this case this happened. Like I said, they haven't released so many details, but how do you feel about, you know, today? What do you think, we should do next? Like, communicate with the patient. I think a relationship with the dentist is so important. It's not like, okay, let's get the work and then that's it. Both ways, right? You have to ask questions about it, and you also are expected, and it's fine to expect something like that for your dentist to be caring to you and to give you their time. Dentistry is very expensive, and a lot of the times, if you feel like they're rushing you out, you're like, wait a second, I'm paying my money here. So you also have to speak up for yourself. And like I said, if you don't like it, there's a million dentists out there. It's just a matter, man. You just change and not you go to another location, you see a change, it's something that you like. And like I say, if you don't like that, then you go to the next. But doing something like this is crazy. It's crazy. It tells you how society is right now. It tells you that people are, going through a lot of stuff. That's why communication, when, having customers and communication is making things right with your customers. Um, if you have a patient, let's just say, that had a treatment done and they have returned in the past week after that treatment 3 or 4 times, obviously there's an issue. Let's see how can we resolve this. It's not because, people, one thing that people will get right away when you're brushing them off, especially when they waited perhaps a long time for an appointment. And this doesn't just happen in dentistry. We see it in medical. A lot of people, they don't even listen to you anymore. They want, it's almost like symptoms, and then they already like writing a script for you. People want to be heard, and people are dealing with a lot of stuff these days. So it tells you that something that we can learn from this is about communication is everything, man. And being able to read other people in the sense of like, really, you okay? If you want to tell me like more, like what's going on? Do you not feel comfortable? This and that. Go beyond the, yeah, everything's fine, everything's good, or you can just say, call me if you feel any changes in your new treatment. Call me or send me a message and we'll get back to you. Or if you have somebody who goes in pain, there shouldn't be any reason why anybody who shows up to a dentist or a medical office and goes in pain and leaves in pain without any remedy in or like care treatment. At least that person should be living with like a prescription being ordered for them, right? Because that shows that you care, and some type of action plan. Okay, go get the x-ray within 2 days, or go right now get the x-ray, we'll take care of it, we'll send you pain reliever, anything. A lot of the times, like I said, there's a lot of anxiety that happens before you enter a doctor's office. For whatever reason, in the past, people remember how they felt when they went to a doctor's office. They feel how they remember how they will treat it, and they're like, I'm not doing that ever again. So it comes to all of that. So let me see if I can get more information about this tragic event that happened. A Southern California dentist was shot and killed in his office by a disgruntled former customer. El Cajon Police Department responded to gunshots at a dental office Thursday and discovered two men and a woman shot, and one of them identified as Benjamin Harouni by the San Diego County Medical Examiner, who died from his injuries. Police claim the suspect Mohammed Al Karim fled the scene in a U-Haul truck and was arrested that night in San Diego. He was armed with a handgun that he had purchased legally 2 weeks before the shooting. Police are saying he has been charged with the murder and 2 counts of attempted murder, and it's not immediately clear if he has obtained an attorney on his behalf. On his behalf. A Smile Post Dentistry had posted um, the doctor Ben Harouni's birthday. He turned 28 years old last month, and he's posted there. I'll see if I can get that photo for you guys. But like I said, this is so crazy. It's so crazy. I have never gone back to offices because, like I said, it starts in the reception. Like, sometimes you have to think about it. Like, I'm not saying this happened in this case, but I'm saying like you see sometimes these receptionists, they have an attitude for some reason. It's like you are a paying customer, and you know that their services are not cheap. Yeah, these people have an attitude with you. It's like it begins at the reception. That's why there should be more training about welcoming people to get service. Is it begins there, I think. It's also like a privacy issue too that I see a lot of the times. There's not enough privacy. Nothing that can have, it's just a matter of training. But like I said, the easiest thing to resolve, if you're going to an office, you can, if you really like your dentist or your provider, who your doctor, whatever, you can always voice it and say, I don't feel like this was right, this and the other. Now, if nothing is done, you always have to, there's, steps that you can take to like do a formal complaint. A lot of people go and do reviews on the internet, things like that. But doing what this man did is the absolute worst. You never want to do something like that. Because like I said, a lot of these issues that we create in our health, in our head, they have a solution. It's a matter of communication. And a lot of, I I think people, if they go to medical school, they want to help patients. And they say they interview his high school teacher, and they said they remember him, the doctor, and they say he always knew he wanted to be a dentist just like his dad because he wanted to help people. So in that moment, you always have to remember that a lot of these people that you see in medical, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, they're doing what they're doing because they want to help people. Have healthcare industry changed in the last couple of years? Absolutely. 40 years ago, everything changed, right? So it's just so sad to hear a story like that. We can learn so much from that. And, you know, we need to keep the family in prayers. I think everybody affected by this story, keep them in prayers, and specifically the surviving staff that had to deal with that and the trauma that comes after surviving something like this is crazy. So I hope they get the care that they need. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel, listening in the podcast. Have a good day. God bless.